Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT. So let's just dive in and let's start off with the holders tab here. So as we look at the Ether scan, first off, I just want to let you guys know that yes, this does include the burn address. That's why you do see 45.5 million QNT there. But as we do look at the holders tab, I remember when we were originally reporting on QNT and it had like less than 50,000 holders. We are now at 116,000. And in the last month, we've seen over 2,000 plus new holders of QNT. And very similar to my Casper video that will be going live later today, I just talked to you guys about the overall amount of holders that are holding tokens like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. Just wait until we are at like 1 million plus holders for a token like QNT. It's going to be something substantial. But I'm very excited for that day to come. And even very similar to like Bitcoin. Bitcoin has like 45 million addresses tied to it. So think about how insane that is on how early some of these tokens are like QNT. So when we take a look at the power and the potential behind Quant Network with Overledger, I do believe that the future is very bright for the overall price of this token. I think that the overall future around crypto itself is also very bright, and we are very, very early. I mean, I would argue that a large portion of the general public, like 95+%, don't even know about crypto, let alone QNT. Now, I seen this post over here from Tokenizer, so shout out to Tokenizer. He did mention two major DLT consortiums, Hyperledger as well as the International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications. And we do see that Hyperledger, industry grade DLT products to push adoption of blockchain, and then the INATBA, industry leaders collabing with regulators to build industry standards. Some massive connections. And yeah, these two I've been following for a while. Hyperledger is the one that we mainly talk about because Hyperledger is the one that's connected to all of the major members that we talk about on this channel. Even Hedera's mentioned, Energy Web Token, Casper, Quant, and a ton of other major names here. And you can see some of the numbers here in terms of like the amounts of NFT patents that Casper Labs will be essentially minting with Hyperledger, as well as Hyperledger Fabric with Walmart, which everyone knows about Walmart. And then we also do see LAC Chain, which is the direct connection back to Quant, as you guys are probably all aware. But Hyperledger is developing and establishing industry-grade DLT products for enterprise adoption of blockchain utility foundation built of leaders in fintech, Internet of Things, banking, supply chain, manufacturing, etc. Then down here, this is that INATBA, organization for both public and private developers in the DLT space to discuss and interact with policymakers and regulators to best build industry standards in blockchain use cases. And you see a lot of their members here. Quant is yet again another one. And you also do see Mika here, which Mika recently just talked about some major changes happening around regulations within crypto innovation. And then we do see the EU blockchain for cross-border payments. And then over here, we do see the importance of standardization, aka ISO, which we know with Quant, ISO TC307 is the big one. But these two are major leaders, and these are like the ones that are allowing for global standards to be put in place to have that global harmonization approach to adopting and utilizing crypto technology. And it's very, very exciting. And you do see all of the major keys down here that are, again, larger than crypto. But yes, QNT and a lot of these other tokens are a direct tie back to both of these, which is why we support them greatly. I do think that these connections matter, and these are some of the most massive connections that we have within crypto as well. Now, also over here, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about this as well. So recently, we've seen a lot of AI tokens within crypto going absolutely parabolic and getting a ton of hype around them. But we do see over here, unlock the full potential of AI with Quant Overledger Network. Interconnect all AI tokens and networks for maximum impact. Don't just ride the AI hype, lead it. And listen closely to this video.
Connect AI, it was mentioned with Ocean. AI has a really good convergence with blockchain, and we can allow that across all the chains.
Is about is how do we interconnect using a secure channel to the disparate data sources to allow AI and big data to flourish. And we're quite excited with what can happen. And we've got client use cases we're already exploring in government, in aerospace, in healthcare as well, which we've got a couple of RFIs that we've been working on. So and it can be used for hundreds and hundreds of use cases around AI, data. If you want to do an MDAP on payments, if you want to do an MDAP as an exchange, anything computes, if you want to create like an AWS equivalent on the Overledger network, all of this is possible. So QNT has just become that pure utility token that can be used for everything. And then scale that up to a city. So imagine you're in a city and you're in a car, and that car knows that it's you. It tells the next car that I'm carrying this passenger, I need to go because there's an emergency, and every car gets out of the way so you can get to the hospital quicker. So we're just at the beginning of where we're heading with this exciting time, because machines will be able to communicate with machines, and for everyone to communicate you need interoperability. I mean, why should a Tesla not be able to talk to a Mercedes autonomous vehicle to turn left? That's where we are today, but what we're allowing is any type of device to talk to any other type of device, to have true 5G cities. QNT token is at the core of everything that we're doing, hundreds and hundreds of use cases. Safely interconnect big data sources to a decentralized world, but have interoperability, because if you're using, let's just say, imaging data from healthcare in one blockchain, and then using an EMR that's a traditional database, it's just SQL, and then using something else on a third party, how do you get them to talk to each other? It's quite difficult, and how do you get them to talk together securely?
And it's videos just like that that allow me to realize the overall value behind QNT. Right now, we only have one asset in crypto that has hit a $1 trillion market cap. That is obviously Bitcoin. As we go forward on in time and we do see utility become the shrine that crypto essentially realizes in, I do believe that tokens like QNT that are empowering this next evolution of technology around AI, interconnectivity, you have conversations between certain networks that we don't have today. Our traditional system and our traditional technology networks are kind of fragmented due to the lack of interoperability. So as we look at this, it's being evolutionized by Quant and what Quant is doing. This is also why I talk about, like, Quant is much bigger than what most people anticipate. Like, oh, it's traditional, finance disruption. And it's just like, yeah, sure, that's great. We could talk about that all day long. But at the end of the day, like, this is like a network effect that we've never seen before. And we don't know what type of value this will create. Like, this is an infinite amount of value that could possibly be created by interoperability. And we do know that QNT is at the core infrastructure of what Quant is doing. Now, also, shout out to Quamfi Navas over here, but we do see QNT is unlocking the power of DLTs for mass adoption, any-to-any interconnectivity. The network effect of QNT will be monumental. And yeah, here you guys have what they are focused on. And a lot of people do, they don't understand how the token itself has value beyond speculation. Like, we know what's happening with Quant. We already have the partnerships in place. Like, LAC Chain is a big one that we focused on for a while. PayUK, next to Sia as well. These are some of the bigger names, right? And there's a ton of connections that still need to be made within crypto itself, but it's any-to-any interoperability. It's any blockchain to any blockchain. It could be public, private, it does not matter. But as we look at the world of finance, as we look at the world of technology and everything really kind of being streamlined and being pushed towards this new digitization standard, it's only a matter of time before something like Quant with Overledger is crucial, and it needs to be adopted and utilized on a daily basis, because crypto itself, as we look at DLT technology, this is the next stepping stone within the evolution of not just finance and payments and stuff, but no, it's all of technology. Every single network will be, or I should say, will have a facelift thanks to DLT technology and crypto. Now, also on par with that, I do want to talk to you guys about a few things. So there was quite a bit of speculation around MasterCard being a partner of Quant. For an example, this post over here, how MasterCard, Goldman Sachs, and the other traditional finance titans are utilizing blockchain. And we do see Most of the world's biggest financial institutions are still banking on the underlying tech as the best way to build confidence with customers and with one another. And this was just a quote from Quant. Now, yeah, there was no mention of Quant, but I will say this. Go all the way back to 2018. That's right, 2018. Read about our continued collaboration with MasterCard. Very interesting. And then over here from Just a Tech Guy, shout out to Just a Tech Guy for this. Probably they're tweeting about things they aren't involved with, right? And he does also quote this tweet going all the way back to 2018 to focus on Overledger. And then in this quote here from Forbes, credit card with a super secure, unique digital record for every transaction without ever leaving behind your identity in the form of a credit card member. It also allows customers to utilize digital wallets. It's not yet on a blockchain, but MasterCard is currently working with banks and merchants to tokenize a variety of assets, including deposits, which will be tracked on multiple public and private blockchains. Very, very interesting. And a lot of people will think that's all, it's a bunch of other networks, like it's Hedera, whatever. But I agree with Just a Tech Guy. Like, why not both? These are completely different layers. These are completely different use cases. Overledger allows MasterCard to utilize any power and potential from any DLT out there. Remember, any to any interoperability. Like, this is interconnectivity between all networks, all DLTs, and you could source the power of any DLT of your choosing. Meaning, if MasterCard wanted faster cross-border payments, they could source the power and the potential of the XRP Ledger network. If they want to utilize what what Hedera has with Hashgraph technology, they could source that potential there. But they could also utilize this all through, guess what? Quant's Overledger approach. This is why Quant is a crucial layer to the infrastructure that is being created through DLT and crypto. And do I think that Quant is working with MasterCard? It's questionable. I could definitely see it. It's very similar to what we've seen in the past, right? So there was this post from Quant going back to February 10th, and it says, based on conversations we've had with financial institutions, it is now on their radar. Their innovation teams are looking at the technology and thinking about how they can improve their own processes. Now, this was from Quant Network's website, Commercial Stablecoin Issuance, Part 1, Considerations and Benefits, and we do see that this is the head of digital assets at Kpmg. Why is Kpmg very interesting to me? Well, go over to the Partners tab over on Quant's website. Scroll down. What do you see? You don't see Kpmg at all, right? Well, let me take you back a little bit, because I'm sure that a lot of you probably remember this. In fact, I made a video on this. You could go and look this up. Back in May of last year, we seen this on the Quant website. It was during a rebrand. Shout out to Quanthony for this, but we do see Kpmg is official. QNT. Kpmg is one of the big four accounting organizations with a network of firms in 145 countries with over 236,000 employees. That is absolutely massive. And when you look here, Kpmg was a listed partner, which is very, very interesting. I wonder if this is a partnership that is still in NDA, so maybe they can't announce it fully. But in my opinion, I do think that this was a leaked partnership. And I also believe that we are about to see stablecoin issuance on Quant with the help of LCX. And for those that don't know about that power and that potential with LCX with Quant, don't worry. I will be making a video on it tomorrow because it is going to be something that I think everyone should pay attention to. I also think that LCX is one of those companies and one of those projects that I think everyone should also be having their eye on if you are into the utility aspect around crypto. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Guys, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this. Before this, but Nick, peace out, guys.